The cat loves, like, back in the game, yep. The cat loves sleeping on a certain spot on the landing because it's next to the hot press. So that's where, like, the boiler is, among other things, so heat drifts out of there. He sits at the wee gap of the door, which we vent in the door to let heat run out. And, pardon me. But he always looks so sad, like he's just sitting out there alone. It's warm and all, but even with the landing light off, he'll just sit there in the dark, and it's like, oh, my baby boy. Sitting here washing himself now because I picked him up because I couldn't stand it. It's like, yeah, if he was sleeping comfortably, I'm sorry, but like I couldn't stand you just sitting out there alone. No. Anyway. Epilogue. Ooh. This fuckboy. Why on earth? Of fucking course he did. He's always like 20 steps ahead of everyone. I get sick of this guy and his shit, honestly. Building just collapses in the background. No one knows. No one fucking knows. I would hope your fucking grave. How the hell did you survive too? Oh, Jesus Christ. You're butt fucking seeing the pair of you. I knew there's something up with that fucking bear. She's still not dead? Is that what that means? It's the Junko AI was both of them all along. Yep. Ah, him. You got a suit now? No, that's not who I thought it was. That's a certain other cunt entirely, I think. But how does this make sense? Because there's two people with like long, straggly black hair that could have been. She's right here, isn't she?
大人たちの復讐心を煽ったことに責任を感じてるから。けどあれはあんたのせいじゃないわよ。あんたが後悔する必要なんてみじんもないのよ。
そうじゃないよ。誰かのせいとかじゃなくて、私が自分で考えたことだもん。
だったらなんでそうなるのよ。あんたはこんな危ない街から出て平和に普通に暮らしたかったんじゃないの？それなのにこの街に残るなんて、そんなのまるっきり逆の行動じゃない。
確かにそうだよね。
あんた自暴自棄になってるんじゃないでしょうね。
まさかもう深尾さんに引っ叩かれるの変だよ。
だったらどうして？
自分でも不思議なんだけどさ、さっき私がどっちも守りたいって言った時に
Go stay here and be like the hope preacher to everyone.
怖い気持ちとかあんなに大きな敵を前にしてたのに、なんか勇気が出てきたんだよ。
You raised a survival
それ
flag.
が本当に自分のやるべきことだって自信が持てたからなんだと思う。でもここで私が深尾さんや戸上さんと一緒にこの町から出てっちゃったら、暴動を鎮圧するために未来機関がやってきてこの町の過去が知られたりしたら、それをきっかけに絶望の残党まで集まってきたりしたら、
The remnants of
本
hope?
当に戦争見たくなっちゃうかもしれないよね。
Did you mean the remnants of despair? Because who the fuck are the remnants of hope?
だからあんたが白夜様の代わりにこの町の人質になるっていうの？
私今まで深尾さんに頼ってばっかりだったし、 自分で何かを決めたことなんてほとんどなかったけど、それって深川さんと出会う前もそうで、でもね、どっちも守りたいっていうのは私がちゃんと自分で決めたことなんだよ。もちろん怖いし不安だけど、そんなの分かった上で自分で決めたことだから。私は最後まで諦めないよ。ちゃんとどっちも守ってみせるんだ。
明るく言ってんじゃないわよ。
That was a noise.
何考えてんのよ。そういうところは本当に兄貴そっくりね。
お兄ちゃんっていうか、むしろ深川さんの影響じゃないかな。
はあ、私？
だって深川さんとはずっと一緒だったんだよ。それは間違いなく深川さんの影響だよ。
You can't say a word to that, can you?
とりあえず私は大丈夫だからさ。あの監禁生活よりはよっぽどマシだし。だから私
The
の
cat's gone under the bed.
深
Oh,
川さんは戸上さんと一緒に戻ってよ。
he's a wee spot, like more or less directly under my pillow, where like he just curls up in a ball and sleeps.
説得できるのは2人だけなんだし、しばらくはこの町に干渉しないように言っといてよ。だから
She's silent with seething rage.
怒るわよ。怒るに決まってんじゃない。あ、もうなんで私がこんな町に残らなきゃいけないのよ。
あ、違うって。残るのは私だけで。
あんたが残るって言ってんのに私だけ帰るわけにはいかないじゃない。私だってあんたと一緒だって決めちゃってるんだし。
深川さん。
大体白夜様の人質の代わりがあんたみたいなブラゴンに務まると思ってんの。私とあんたの2人でやっとギリギリ白夜様1人分よ。だから私も一緒に残るわよ。私が自分で決めたことだから。
でも深川さんはずっと戸上さんと一緒に帰りたいって。
そんな心配なら無用よ。私と白夜様とのことなら大丈夫。離れていても私の思いは変わらないもの。
ああ、そうだな。近くにいようが離れていようが変わらない。変わらずに何とも思わないままだ。
Fuck you.
だからね、私がこの町に残ることにしたのは誰かに強制されたりしたわけじゃなくて、ちゃんと自分で決めたことなんだよ。まあ私なんかが残ったところで何かが変わるわけじゃないのは分かってるし、お兄ちゃんみたいに誰かの希望になれないのも分かってる。
Well, put yourself down. It's not like he did a lot.
またことにするよ。お兄ちゃんたちが絶望の残党をやっつけて安心してこの町に迎えに来てくれる日をさ。あ、だけど焦らなくて大丈夫だからね。私はお兄ちゃんが来てくれる時までちゃんと待ってられるからさ。私には戸上さんから預かった銃があるし、それに深川さんって心強い友達がいるしね。
Got a gun and a friend, all you need.
結局わからなかったんだ。後で
Faked all along.
拷問部屋の奥にはもう何もなくてさ、多分私があの子に見せられたのは前もって録画しておいた映像だったんだね。でもわからないってことはさ、どこかで元気でやってる可能性もある。
Kinda saw that one coming. I didn't think they'd let that one stick.
私はそれを信じることにするよ。じゃあ長くなっちゃったし、そろそろ終わりにしておくね。
Whoever was recording it just began to like wave their finger at her. Just like, the wrap up, like rotate your hand.
私がお兄ちゃんを見てびっくりしたのと同じくらいにね。じゃあね、お兄ちゃん。
そういうことらしいぞ。怯えているだけだったお前の妹がまさかこんなことを言い出すとはな。
You would think that, but then you're a piece of shit who looks down on everyone even now, so.
この馬鹿げた争いをさっさと終わらせ、あいつらを迎えに行かねばならない。あいつらの期待を裏切るわけにはいかないからな。
そうだね。
Maybe Naitoko can finally get some new clothes.
僕は決めたよ。もし次にこんな状況になったら、たとえそれがどんなに危険な罠だろうと、僕はそこに飛び込んでいくよ。自分の手でちゃんと終わらせるためにね。
今の言葉を聞いて、あの学園でお前が言っていたことを思い出したぞ。希望は伝染するか。いいだろう。俺もしばらくはお前に協力してやるよ。せめてお前の妹と深川への借りを返すまではな。
I have nothing to say to that. Fuck off. You're still a piece of shit. This would be the credits roll. Yep. Miyuki Sawashiro, she's such a VA. So yeah, it's Ultra Despair Girls. I really fucking like that. Fujisaki father, I noticed. That was just... But... yeah, but like, I really like that. That was like, really good. Admittedly, like, the gameplay is like very basic, like it's very extremely simplistic third-person shooter and extremely simplistic action game. Like just, you know, the basis, like the base foundations for both, really. And it's not, you know, it's not the slickest. Like I had aiming problems all throughout. And I do think that is on the game and how like it handles how you aim. Like I feel like the camera's drawn too close, or like either the camera's too close to Kamari when you start aiming, or she's too far to the left of the screen. It's like, okay, like Resident Evil 4, Leon is still like left aligned to the screen, like he's still at the edge of the screen. You start aiming, but you're pulled tight to his shoulder, so you get like a very clear view, more or less a pretty clear view of what you're aiming at over his shoulder. Like, whereas here, you're really not. There's a lot of times where you can just be so close to the camera you can't even see Kamari when you're aiming. You're just kind of hoping that the laser pointer actually lines up, is properly aligned, like in the game. Like there's not a lot, but there's a few times where it will be aligned with a bear. Like it will be the dot at the end, it will be on the bear. Bear wouldn't move. I would take the shot, and it would just sail over the bear's head or shoulder. Because I don't know, some sort of misalignment or mismatch between where you're aiming and where the shot's coming from or something. It's awkward, but it's not unplayable or anything. It's kind of fun. Certainly playing as Genocide Jack is fun because it's just simplistic murder everything. The gameplay gets by, it does what it needs to do. There's some clever puzzles, like some of the little puzzle rooms are actually quite sneaky. Like, and some of them are just like fuck off. Like the ones where you have to find the singing kids can piss off because come on. Like there's no real easy way to like judge an enemy's vision code in this game. And when they can see through the containers and shit like that, or like an enemy can see you around when you're still in cover, as far as you can tell, it's just kind of like, eh, you know? Story I really like. The writing and story are on fucking point. There's a lot here. Like, Toko finally gets all the shit she deserves after some of the horse shit she got put through in Danganronpa 1, mainly by Byakuya. So Toko and that's a new shot, isn't it? Him sitting here with a... So it is him that broke the bears, is it? No, it's not, because the guy was in a suit. Are they still alive? Is that they're alive? They weren't killed in the end. How is he alive? The fucking robot exploded and fell on him. Oh god, here we go. Oh fuck. Maybe she is the villain in B3. But yeah, like the writing and story are extremely on point. It gets fucking dark. It's it walks that line of bouncing between fucking dark comedy and laughing your ass off and actual tragedy and really dark and scary things. Oh. Still haven't got him new clothes.
朝っぱらから大声出さないでよ。
深川さんって朝弱いよね。私に内緒で夜更かしでもしてるんじゃないの？
あんたの寝相といびきのせいで安眠できないのよ。
You're still share the same bed?
ないよ。寝相は悪いかもしれないけどさ。
ああ、いびきだけじゃなくて寝言もだったわね。お兄ちゃんだって。
嘘だよ絶対。大体そんなに安眠したいなら私と一緒じゃなくて一人で寝ればいいじゃん。ホテルなんだから。
You do have an own bed.
でもあるんだし。
バカ言ってんじゃないわよ。幽霊が出たらどうすんのよ。
You believe in ghosts now.
すっかり信じるようになっちゃったんだね。
だってあんたが取りつかれたのは本当なんでしょ。幽霊は本当にいるんでしょ。
苦手なものまた一個増えちゃったね。
あんたのせいじゃない。ほら、さっさと行くわよ。私らが目を光らせてないと連中はすぐに争いを始めるんだから、サボってる暇はないわよ。
寝坊したのはそっちなのに。ねえちょっと待ってよ。トウコちゃんってば。
Calling her Toki again. Or Toko-chan. I guess these girders here are them starting to rebuild then, right? There's that fucking rabbit. Because of course, God forbid. God forbid we escape without that one. An end that repudiated. Can I read the spin-off novel Ultra Despair Hagakure? Bonus mode, yep. New game plus stuff, oh yeah. And that's Danganronpa. Oh, you have to buy them with the game money, of course. I guess that's why you'd want to get all the Monokuma coins. Ultra Despair Girls. Genocide Komaru. Komaru's normal. And Despair mode. Oh, there's the novel. Of another man who was feeling despair. Yep. This is this dipshit. That's not. I at least appreciate that they include these little novels. I don't know if they're actually like published novels or just like written up to include as bonuses for the game or not. I think the one in Danganronpa 2 was like an actual spin-off novel that they wrote and then decided to include. It might have been a thing like, you know, the publisher NISA decided to like translate and include in the game themselves. That feels like more effort than they would really go to. Maybe Little Spike Chunsoft did want to like do a lot of work and get this series popular in the West because, you know, they appreciate sales and they like expanding and actually respect that they have audiences worldwide. But anyway, yeah, I really like the story and the writing. Some of the kids were annoying. The artist kid, whose name I forget, he was just really fucking annoying to listen to. All the things he said were stupid and dumb, and it was that bad habit the writers sometimes get into in this series of just rehashing the same point in the same conversation over and over again for like paragraphs at a time. It's just like it's bad writing, that bit. I'm a bit iffy on like some of the depictions and references to child abuse are like harrowing and like fucking on point, like really well used and make you empathize with like the afflicted, like the victims. But then you get like Nagasa's weird parents who are like hilariously, like comedically amoral scientists who think they can make a kid super smart by just making him get drugged up and writing books 24/7, which is like, no, that's dumb. I get what you're going for, like parents who overwork, but they overwork their kids and put really high expectations on their kids, which I imagine is especially a problem in like the cutthroat university environment of Japan. But, you know, I feel like the depiction of it was over the top, I guess, which, you know, the whole game is, and that's good. It needed to be. It does that really well for the most part, but for that, I feel like it was a bit eh. And, you know, the priest kids one just seems almost like an afterthought. It's just very, his mom really hates him, and apparently made him wear a mask, but that's it? Like, you know? What else was it? Generally, like, Toko and Kamaru are, like, both fucking fantastic. It's just a joy listening to them. Like, especially just bouncing off each other all the fucking time. And all the little, you know, little stuff, or like the little optional conversations or finding books and stuff like that. Those are lovely. I'm glad they decided to do that. Those like really make the game. Like, that stuff really makes the game. Oops. What else? What else I want to say? Story themes are like, this game has like more balls than like any, maybe not any, but like actually, you know, pretty much any like recent game. Like any, like, you know, any indie game, it's like, I'm going to tell a dark story about abuse and what horrible things happen to people and all that. And, you know, like AAA games like The Last of Us, like, here's the dark of humanity, and, you know, like, this is the really dark and despair-filled shit, and it's like, fucking Child's Play next to this, man. Like, fucking Child's Play. Yeah, Child's Play. But, I'm really interested in these guys. So they've split off to make their own studio, like separate from Spike Chunsoft. One of the announced projects was another killing game battle royale style plot involving like, what was it, like primary school kids, I think, which most likely will continue the themes and ideas of this, which seem, based on this, seem to be like something the writers really like mining as a source of horror. So it'll be interesting to see when, you know, the only ones who decide, like, where the lines are themselves. Considering how much they pulled off here and how much they got away with here. Fuck, that's probably gonna be more horrifying than most horror games, honestly. The fuck? Tell me that's not from the new headphones. No, that's a strip of, like, the headphone, like, you know, covers on my head, the cups. Like, they're covered in, like, a black plastic, and that seems to be, like, a strip from the old ones. Just appeared on my bed. Ugh. I need to cut my hair more regularly. I'm, like, shedding hairs like my cat. They're all, like, in over these fucking headphones. Yeah. Yeah, Baldur's Gate was really fucking good. I think, I kind of know that, I think generally, like, the Danganronpa 1 is still the best. Because this game does slip in places, and there's some things about it I don't like, but it does a pretty good job. You know, it's basically the gameplay, really. In terms of, like, writing a story, that's either as good as, or even in places in certain ways better than Danganronpa 1, but Danganronpa 1's a lot more consistent with how good it is, and also its gameplay is on point. Whereas this one falls down in that department, so I'd go like Danganronpa 1, then Ultra Spare Girls, then 2. I don't have my nose. I mean, like, like Danganronpa 1, Ultra Spare Girls, a giant gap, and then 2. So, oh yeah, at the end, like the one who like ripped the bears, the Junko AI out of the bears, I knew that was her voice. I fucking knew it, but maybe I'm wrong on it, because he was wearing a suit, so it wasn't Haiji, and he had both arms, so it wasn't Haiji. With like all the hair, like like that wild and streaming down his back, that looked to me like Hajime from the second game, like his real form. But that doesn't make any sense unless this game is set before Danganronpa 2. Which maybe it is, I don't know, but if it's set after Danganronpa 2, that doesn't make any sense, like whatsoever. Because we saw him at the end of 2, he like cut his hair and to look like his original self, and he was all like, yeah, I'm a good boy now. And Nagano was dead, but that doesn't make sense unless like he did all the he began like setting Monica up as like a new Junko before he got captured. Maybe that's it, and then he died in Danganronpa 2. I'll have to look that up and see if it's set before Danganronpa 2 or not. Which would make the poster of Komaru with the gun, like the microphone gun, in the movie theater in 2, where it was like titled Danganronpa 0 or whatever the hell, like hilarious, because when Danganronpa 2 came out, that was a reference to a game that was in planning or coming, like a game idea or concept they were working on or kicked about and were throwing in as a cheeky future reference, and it ended up being a game set before that, so it's like maybe it's like secretly taunting Hajime and Komeda with like, hey, do you remember this? No, you don't remember her, do you? Don't know, I'll have to look that up. But yeah, that's that's Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. I had to finish upload. Well, that's all upload. I had to finish releasing Danganronpa 2 and tidy up the review post for that, and then start the review post for this one. If I recall right, no, I did recall right because we talked about it actually recently. What am I talking about? Turns of phrases you use to buy time that don't actually make sense. Danganronpa 3 has like, there's an anime set before the game, which is I think like a prequel to the game. It came out at the same time as I remember. It's like meant to be one half of the story or some shit. I don't remember, but apparently it is integral to 3's story. I guess the goal was to make you watch the anime, then you buy the game, and you get the one whole block story. They did want to expand and make this a more multimedia empire sort of thing, as developers are so fond of doing. So, up next, I'm not going to be uploading episode commentaries. But it's a funny idea. No, we're not going to do that. But, there'll be a review of that, like a review post of that, because I don't do video reviews. I intend to, but it's just like, getting the time to record all the lines. Am I confident in my delivery? No. And then after that it'll be Danganronpa V3, which is we're back to the visual novel. And from what I understand, it's the longest of the bunch. And from what Chris tells me, it's rather divisive as well, so that'll be fun. So, see you next time. Whenever that will be. I'll have the new computer by the time I'm playing Danganronpa 3, actually, thinking about it. So, He'll be slightly shinier? Not really. Whatever.